Hamas yourself, you're arguably the senior most officer to have personally got into combat with the Hamas, and you've dealt with them, you said earlier, through your military career. When you look at the level of preparation of the Hamas, how do they compare with the Hamas of the past that you fought, with the Hezbollah who you say you took on in Lebanon? Did they seem better militarily organized, trained and prepared? Because the Indian army fights a lot of terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir and elsewhere. We don't see this kind of military precision, this level of planning, this level of organization from terror organizations. It almost seems as if at that time the IDF wasn't taking on a terrorist outfit, they were taking on an army, except as an army of terrorists.
I agree. I know the Hamas very well. I fought them many times, not only them. Almost all our enemies around. I've never seen the Hamas in that level, I admit. It's a huge leap. And I think it's not just about them. I think it's very clear to see the Iranian fingerprint on their doctrine, on their planning. Even the plan itself, it's very similar to the plan that we know that Hezbollah is planning in the north. And it's kind of a copy-paste of the same plan. So, yes, it's something that in the last year or so, they have prepared. And unfortunately, they have succeeded. They succeeded to surprise us, but we are trained enough to overcome, and this is what happened. You know, it took us 24 hours, but we turned the whole thing back, took the control, took the initiative, and now the situation in the field, of course, is fully
So let's come
controlled by
back to
us.
Saturday for a moment. You are running out of ammunition on your pistol. You pick up an assault rifle from an Israeli soldier who's injured. Then you open fire with that assault rifle. You actually go with a friend of yours to save his son, who's at that moment in a position where the Hamas is all around him. Can you describe that operation and what happened then?
Look, once we finished with that specific group that tackled us, I continue to the next village. Unfortunately, a friend of mine, another general, there are a few, by the way, retired generals there, I'm not the only one, and he had a member of his family trapped enclosed in one of the kibbutzim around, in the kibbutz Nachal Oz. So we met together, and I went to help him to get together to the kibbutz Nachal Oz, to engage with another unit, small unit, and release his family. So this is what we have done for the next kibbutz and the next kibbutz for the past few days. Yeah.
So you actually, despite at this moment being a retired general of the Israel army, went into an active encounter, got out people who were caught in the midst of firing by the Hamas, and brought them out. Ever since your story hit the international headlines, I want to tell our viewers that General Israel Ziv has become a bit of a cult hero in Israel and globally for his valor, for his do-it-yourself spirit. When the system is down, the individual stands up and fights back. From then, I am told that you've had multiple interactions with senior officials in Tel Aviv, in the Israel government. What have you been telling them? What did you tell them? Why did Israel fail? What does Israel now need to do to ensure, you said you were caught with your pants down, to ensure that such a thing never happens again?
First of all, let me correct you. I'm nothing but a hero. I'm not a hero. This is, you know, when you are a soldier, you are a soldier. It doesn't matter what rank or what is your age. And it's your character to protect others, and this is what all of us and myself as well are doing. So, and I think that look, that surprise was a big surprise for the government as well, and it took the government a few days, you know, to come for reality, to understand how big the problem is. It took them too long. Yeah, I mean, 5 days to create the emergency government. It's much too long. But people are people, and now things are in place. I think we took the initiative. We are now in a massive offense on Gaza. We gave our warning to the Hezbollah not to mess just now at this critical moment when we are attacking the Hamas. We still recover our casualties, but we have a big numbers. The numbers that have been published until now, it's not the whole numbers. We're still identifying bodies. We still see the horrified scenes. You know,
Okay.
I was there, but when I went to the next day to see that, terrible to
I
see
want
that.
you to
Very
look
hard.
ahead, General Israel Ziv, and talk about your sense of the operation in the Gaza Strip. Now, you've got at least 150 Israelis hostages. You've got a situation where the IDF has found it difficult to maintain occupation of the Gaza Strip, which is why in the mid-2000s you came back. You left the Hamas to run the Gaza Strip. A street battle in a densely populated urban enclave is a military man's nightmare. How do you see that operation go? You're saying you want to raise the Hamas to the ground. How do you see this military operation proceed from here?
Look, first of all, the hostages thing, of course, it's a big issue, and we have a special task force to deal with that. We take it very seriously. We do care about each one of the Israelis over there. But we are not going to negotiate with the Hamas.